What's up, guys? Joker here. I'm going to be talking about the recent new update to the prohibited activities in Final Fantasy 14. So the penalty you get for saying certain things or doing certain things in Final Fantasy. So already right now, from what I can tell, it's already Final Fantasy is pretty restrictive. Like if you're like shit talking someone, you can get banned pretty easily. Like you can't say directly to someone, "Hey, you are bad at this game, delete this game," or something like that, or "you suck," or something like that. But you can be constructive to them. Hey, you can say, "Please turn your tank stance on." That's a common one. That's not taking I mean, when I was watching some YouTube videos, I was like, I would be like, there's no, and like people would say, "Hey, there's," people would leave if I told them to turn their tank stance on. I didn't believe that. That has happened to one time to me. The tank left. Straight up did not know how to turn tank stance on. People, like I was telling them, somebody else actually started telling them. They're like, "Please turn your tank stance on. Please turn your tank stance on." I'm like, the dude did not turn his tank stance on. Now, I don't know what the policy is for when that person leaves and you shit talk them or whatever. I haven't done it. I I've not done it, but somebody else has said, "Man, that guy was bad." After he left, he was like, "Okay, that guy was bad." And like, you know how I phrase it? I was like, I'd be like, "Was that guy bad?" Question mark. Like a question. I'm not directly saying that dude was bad or not. And then people would be like, "Yeah, yeah," because it was like, am I overreacting? Is how I would say about it. Because it's like if you're not turning on your tank stance. I mean, I usually give tanks like 30 seconds to turn on your tank stance, and then because it always turns off and out of the instance. And then it's like you can also say, "Man, you're bad," or something like that. And you kind of see it like you have this chat box, but no one uses it. I wonder why. Besides saying hi and bye. That's literally it. So here's what's been updated. So in response to RMT vendors repeatedly creating fraudulent recruiting listments in the party finding, the following two activities to the party finder have been added as a list of prohibited activities. Um, so advertising offers to clear content to earn loot. So that would be like those ones you would see in the leveling in the dungeon finder. For a party finder, they would be like 999 level cap, and they'd be like, they would have their Discord, and they'd be like, "We're selling clears on blah blah blah," like Ultimate, or selling clears in Eden vs Savage or something like that. They're finally getting rid of that. So they give a clear example. So like selling a duty clear for 1,000,000 gil. Now they also give an example of a non-violation, which is somebody saying, "Hey, I'm new. Can you clear this with me?" Or, "Hey, can you clear this and I'll pay you?" Not you paying someone for the right to join their party, but that person paying them. And somebody actually, you know, in a duty finder offered that up, and I joined the party, and guy gave me 1,000,000. Good to know that's a non-violation. I don't see it often. I That is actually the one time I've seen it, and it's the one time I've taken it. Or another example of a non-violation: I'd like to get some items for a duty. We'll pay 1,000,000. So it's like if the person wants a card. And in my example, also the dude, he wanted a mount. So I think it was Hell's Cure, and actually he wanted all the Stormblood mounts. So he was going to do more after that, but I left because I had to go do something else. So that's an example of a non-violation. Like I would see it like the one that's a violation are those Discord ones where it's like you have to pay for the clears. That's clearly something so stupid. I'm glad they finally got rid of that because it was annoying. And I have seen change. You don't really see them anymore. In specifically the leveling and the duty. And if you go out to the full party finder thing, you will not really see it anymore. I think I've seen like one or two, but like you don't see it anymore. So they said reason for the update: until now, when we discovered fraudulent listings with RMT in the party finder, we investigated before issuing penalties. However, many of these were directing external sites. So, like I was talking about, Discord. Um, I don't know how it would be extensive. They're literally saying it, and then they're putting a Discord. Like, how extensive could it be? Just ban it. Although various methods were considered resolving this, they're just taking the flat out ban. Okay, so that's one way. Um, we have deemed it necessary to prohibit advertising and the creation of recruitment in incorrect categories. So, like I was talking about, throwing it into leveling, or throwing it into the 50, 60, 70 duty roulette. Uh, Other solicitations, this is another category they were banning. Other solicitations that fall far outside the intended purpose of Party Finder. The other categories intended to recruit players. Know about that? Okay. Examples include promoting player events. Okay. Housing related promotions, advertising for purchase of sales, recruitment of members for community groups such as link shells and free companies. Uh, okay. That's what's good. Okay, I was confused. I was like, that should be fine. It is prohibited to list any of the above in the categories other than other. Oh, okay. So I see what putting in other. Okay. Um. Okay, that's interesting. That's like a weird technicality type thing, but okay. Um. Adjustments. So they also adjusted the prohibited activities documentation clarification. Prohibited activities that have been previously known, such as purchasing a house plot with the intention of resale, been added to the list. That's good. Additionally, the difference between stalking and improper following, as well as details regarding obstruction on play, have been clarified with additional language. That's good too. It's kind of weird that people stalk people even in a video game. That's kind of fucking weird. But they do that. I mean, I've heard it was like dudes who play as girls. They get stalked. I mean, obviously you can't tell. The only thing you have to go on if somebody's a girl is the person they're playing as. The like the character. I mean, like, people are weird. What do you want them to do? The ban that weird activity. I think that's good. I think the people who do that need, like, they need to go to therapy or something like that, because they have something fucked up in their mind. Addition of detailed explanations and examples of prohibited activities. Update sections regarding prohibited activities that primarily arise from communications. Until now, prohibited activities were listed without specific details to prevent exploitation and abuse of rules. However, we received feedback suggesting lack of details made it difficult to understand what constitutes a violation. Our rules are established with the intention of allowing players to enjoy the game with peace of mind, not meant to be a source of anxiety. As such, we've made changes to express clarity. However, they're immutable expressions used in communication, and they provide examples. Therefore, these examples should be used as reference, learning from prohibited. So that's good. That goes to what I was talking about. You see this in laws and acts and stuff like that. In the U.S., when Congress wants to pass something, how they write things is not in like English you use in everyday like communication. It's worded really proper and really ambiguous on purpose. That's what they did here. But the thing is, their ambiguity is really weird for a company to be doing it. It's kind of like they're trying to be lawyers about it, and they're trying to use, like, the terms of service or something like that, type wording into something, and it confuses players. So what you need to do is set out boundaries on what is good and what is not good. Honestly, I think saying someone is bad is fine. It's constructive. I think if you just are skating through without anything, without getting any correction, how are you going to change and get better? Like, I don't get that. Like, somebody was like, when I started playing the game, what I would do with Iron Will is I would spam it, like turn it off and on without me knowing it's turning it off and on. I would just think that's what I'm supposed to do. And then some dude was like, why are you turning Iron Will off and on? You have to stop doing that. It's not right. Turn it on and leave it on, and then don't mess with it. And then the dude also was like, in order to be a good tank, use Severing Eclipse. That pulls all the aggro. The dude, I mean, could be construed as like being really aggressive, but like, that helped. That's helpful information. Um, so yeah, I think that's fine. And then they just go in and talk about their penalty system. Reduction of recruit points is based on the amount of time that has passed. Okay, so this is like, I don't know, like getting your license revoked or something like that. Um, uh, but yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, like, honestly, how I feel about the Final Fantasy, like, account penalty policy, it's like it's kind of weird. It's like, come on, just there's a happy medium. I know it's weird. I know there's no game that really has got it right. Rainbow, I play that a lot. Play Valorant. There's a lot of people that are toxic, and there's nothing you can do about it. Um, you can report them as much as you want, but like, it's not gonna solve anything. People are gonna be toxic if you want. I mean, hell, in Final Fantasy, I mean, not necessarily toxic, but I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, how can you have an MMO where like people barely talk to each other? Like, it's kind of weird. It is kind of sad to where it's just like people just say hi and bye, and that's it, or give hints. I mean, helpful advice. There's no like, talking. Even when you go out somewhere, there's no like talking. Nobody's gonna just stop you and like, chat with you or something like that. Every once in a while, I do it just because it's like, might as well. I just want to like see what happens, and it's like, you actually talk with people and have a conversation. It's like, but some people don't want to do it because they're afraid. Oh, I might be banned, or this guy might report me for some weird reason, and you know, it's because of that ambiguity. And I'm glad they cleared that up. But yeah, I mean, those are the adjustments. I mean, for the most part, I like it. I like they finally got rid of this. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous that this was here. You would see that all the time in the duty finder. It's kind of stupid. It's like it's right in your face. Just ban this. This shouldn't be here. Um, so I don't even know what they were doing this extensive research. It's like, dude, you can clearly understand what the hell is going on. Ban it. I mean, I don't know why you needed to like explicitly tell us, oh, you're finally doing something that should have been done. But okay. But this is helpful, I think. The non-violations. I think giving examples of what is okay and being ambiguous is good. That's how you should do it. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. So my thoughts on the ban policy. What do you think about their prohibited activities? What do you think about their penalty policy and stuff like that? Do you think they should probably ease it up on the chatting thing? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Until next time, bye.